There are other ways of getting image session data into your XNAT, and there are some advantages of using those methods. I'm going to talk about 3 of those right now. One is using a desktop installed application called the desktop client. A second is inserting a step in between a packed system and your XNAT called a CTP. And a third is taking advantage of XNAT's API using an external script. Uploading from an XNAT desktop application allows you to perform client-side anonymization rather than wait until the session XML is generated in the pre-archive. This is one way of making sure that PHI doesn't hit your server. Here's how it works. Users authenticate with XNAT and select a project as part of their upload process. Then, once an image session is selected, the client downloads copies of the site-wide and project-specific anon scripts and rewrites the DICOM headers before sending to XNAT. Newer versions of the application also allow you to examine the pixel data of a session and block out burned-in PHI. Incoming data is received using the gradual DICOM importer with a flag that tells XNAT not to rerun its anonymization. If you want to perform client-side anonymization on data coming in from a PACS, you can route that data through the RSNA Clinical Trial Processor, or CTP. The CTP is a standalone Java application with DICOM handling capabilities that you can mount as a DICOM AE. A PACS can send data to your CTP, where a specified anonymization script can be run before securely routing to your XNAT server over HTTPS. It's worth noting that your CTP configuration uses a standalone copy of your anon script and doesn't update itself if you update those scripts on your server. Also, unlike the desktop application, CTP does not send any flags to XNAT to tell it not to anonymize your data. So for the most predictable results, you would want to disable site-wide and project anonymization scripts in your XNAT system and let CTP handle the work. You can also script image session uploads with the XNAT API using a terminal client or another external app. You can authenticate and get a valid session via the API, point to your local files, and then choose your preferred image session importer to handle the files that you send. And just like in the UI, you can send to any project that you have access to. There's also a specialized way of API-enabled uploads called DICOM Inbox. This allows you to bypass the Apache TCP network layer by pointing XNAT to a mounted directory of files that's already on your server and letting you upload from there.